we'll be starting our programs, the fourth day for the faculty development program. Before I introduce our resource person, I would like to welcome our Vice Chancellor to have a presentation for the said program.
Normally, it's always good to say the good news first. More. And which of you is senior of the two? And on behalf of everyone, please accept this. Normally, yes. This one is I will take around 20 minutes before we start. Maybe we can go down there and use some slides. Yes. Normally we struggle with many things. Let's say, for example, I want to drop off this. Sometimes if it fails, best thing is follow this procedure of following it again and then it goes off. Okay? Yes, this is something, little things matters. I'll start my session with this one, understanding new education policy 2020. No, we have to go back to this again and again. So let's be very frank with each other. We call ourselves a believer and we don't read our Bible. No good at all. Okay? What is a believer who does not understand his Bible? Who does not go back to his Bible daily? Not good enough. Okay? I hope the 21st century believers started understanding the relevance of being with the Son of God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Because without Jesus Christ of, how do you think? The whole world is meant for Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and we live in it and still ignore this person called Jesus Christ. No way. Let no one do that. Anyway, let's hear. I look at this and what comes to mind is we have been talking about how to connectivity with mostly with the students. Okay? Because the world we live in, whether we like it or not, is about dealing with people. And people like it best when, human resources are best when they are handled as human resources. This is a skill we all need to learn. Now let's say, when in a class there is something called, if you can note down, there is something called pre-class, there is something called in-class, and there is something called post-class. Okay? ICFAI University Mizoram will go forward when each teacher be very meticulous about the pre-class preparation. Then comes the in-class management, and finally the post-class. Post-class means, I'll give you an example. The whole world talks about hospitality and tourism these days. Whether you are talking about Japan, whether you are talking about UK, anywhere, it's all about hospitality and tourism. And if our numbers are big, if our number cross 60, 70, 80 also, there are 5-star hotels in the United Kingdom who will not mind taking our students for internship as well as for the fun. That is how good this hospitality and tourism is. And we look forward to the coming sessions where all across all departments, all faculties start training our own students so that anytime they are ready to face the recruiters and test the waters. Okay? Now I may be senior to compared to most of you. But the difference between you and me is that I must have faced more interviews in my life than all of you together. That is the difference. And till I die, I'm going to do it. Now you think by becoming a Vice Chancellor, I have reached some level in my life. No way. If I tell you what are the things that I have planned out for the next 15 years, you'll be shocked. Okay? Which means planning helps. At the same time, see, I'll come up with another key words again. There is something called temporary. Everything under the sun is temporary. So this temporariness, very important. Okay, temporariness has to be taken very seriously. Okay? One reason why, though I'm a footballer, I don't step into football ground anymore is that I don't know about myself. Physically, mentally, emotionally, I know myself. But the physical part, I couldn't understand. I think there was a member of parliament in Meghalaya. Within 15 minutes of his playing into the football ground, he collapsed, died of a heart attack. More. No, we have taken so many resource persons. But both of you are two resource persons. We are going to need you more and more in the coming days. Okay? A psychiatrist. No, I'm very strong in psychology. But the psychiatric part is totally different one. My take on this psychiatry is, especially for ICFAI University, is earthly country. After all, earthly. Why wait for the egg to be broken first? Handle well the eggs that are not yet broken. I hope you understand it. Because once you become, what is that? Once you are into drugs, means it is for life. I think you need all the angels in heaven to really be on your side. Not yet easy. Okay? I think this year, who was the French Open Ladies Champion? This French Open Ladies Champion this year, she openly admits that she is a psychiatric case. And she has a regular doctor to take care of that. You know, which means, let all of us accept that we are all psychiatric case. Then it will be easier to handle. Okay? Just look at this. I'm going to run through very fast. This is New Education Policy 2020. Next slide, please. Says, you know, this NEP itself says education should not just prepare us for jobs, but prepare, no, I think spelling mistake, as soon as that, prepare us for life. Okay? And then second one says NEP 2020 aim to transform not only the education landscape. See, let's say if we have to be strong in education, let's talk about Mizoram. We need to produce people who are mentally, physically, emotionally, even spiritually strong. I will not use the word spiritual. Let's say people who are strong in their values. Let me start with myself first. Okay? Let's say, make education inclusive. This exclusivity will not get us anywhere. And this, I will use the word flexible. That's what NEP says. Flexible means how we adjust, how we adapt is going to be very important. You know, yesterday I said, let the learning be not only for the student, learning be also for the faculty. Okay? I hope we get this one. Can you say something? Because presentation skill is required by everyone, not only the teacher. And this is an area. So universalization of education, and look at this, multidisciplinary. You know, this is the approach that is very relevant for the 21st century. Multidisciplinary. Not only strong in one subject, across. Like I've been telling the PhD students, why not use a model even from the life side, humility side, from all sides, start using it. Okay. Maybe someone who is not strong in chemistry, take a class in chemistry. That would be very interesting to learn more. Let's see, higher education reforms. These are all a part of it. Next slide again, please. Now it says 2020. No, everyone knows that this NEP 2020, 98% are the agendas of the RSS. But whatever it is, we have to dig out the best that we have. And then the national Policy of 1986 is the best. Next slide again. Now, let's say quickly the curiosity part, we need to make use of the curiosity part. Okay? See, everyone in the same. ISOP learning yang pangan sakatiti ansir dunika. Ketiam drop. State level MCS hope itu ani dulu tu kain mansir mantok. No, that is true for across all states. It is the learning that is important. Oh, I hit the nail at the top there. Oh, it is all about learning. September 2024. There's one IS officer coming all the way from become an SDO in Aizawl office. This year, Mizoram and Saitwal this year. From Chuakarika. Mizoin. You sit with Srinivasa, that means Mizoa, and in Biakian. One day he came all the way to Aizawl and cut his hair. He put here and she had auto wrapped in the business armor. Kaldu tolo. You must say, Assyria Tamtak here, Mizoto Mantiam, Srinivas, don't go for all this platform or data. With Srinivasadi, we have agreed that the day he come and address the student here, media can't tell no mobile lock. It's agreed, he's coming. Okay, could be in September. But that's a day where no outside publicity will be required. He has to lie low. Okay. Anyway, let's say this one is very important. No learner must be left behind. So which means in a class, see, BBA, BCA, we are likely to divide into two sections. Okay? Now you pick up the base of the cream, you pick up, divide them, and then the tail enders, the cream have to mentor them. Mentoring by fellow-student works. Mentoring by a teacher is not as effective as it is in India. Right? This one is very important. And then I think we should encourage a student to have dreams. Then we have to see whether we can work out the opportunities for them. Right? And then it says education is powerful when it is very personal. And then let's say to choose their part, and then traditions with innovations, and let's hope that we are very strong in the various systems. Okay? All right, last slide now. See, let's say we improve our critical thinking, our questioning skills. Say, for example, a student asks questions. Please don't take it personal. Oh, this student is over smart and it is on a level to. Because then this person will never ask question again. We should not do that. And then let's say our presentation skill, very important here, and then we cultivate better relationship. So many numerators comes at the top. We need that thing to come at the bottom there. We become more presentable, and then the attitude, the personality improvement, and then the students engagement. Let us all become learners. Okay? I think with that note, how many minutes I have taken? Must be 15 minutes. So I think I need to ask both of you to stand up now. We should give a big hand to both of you for more. Can you raise the ground? And then after you can stand it, both of you introduce you here. Yes, start. Introduce yourself, sir.
Good morning, everyone present here. My name is Dr. Rampuya. I am clinical psychologist. I am currently working at the Department of Psychiatry, Mizoram Medical College and Hospital. And also I recently completed my PhD in clinical psychology from MSU. So, anything you would like to discuss?
Anyone want to ask questions here?
Phoebe will introduce us.
So hello everyone. everyone. My name is Phoebe Asylum. I'm currently residing at Rohingya, and I had completed my MPhil in clinical psychology last year from Mizoram University, Department of Clinical Psychology. And as for now, I am starting to branch out, exploring different work stuff. I'm currently the counselor at Patsuma University College and Mizoram Christian College as well. And I'm also a visiting clinical psychologist at Alpha Hospital, Silicon. And I'm also teaching at a school, class 11 for psychology. So yeah, those are my current ventures.
Yes, sir, Madam remain standing here. I may need to leave you because Kim Kima, a PhD second grad student, BSI hold, so I need to be this very far. That is one part. Another part is that starting from now, the time will be given to both of you. Please continue till 12:30, then there will be a half an hour break, one, and then we'll try to close by 2, because we all are operating under so many busy things that we have. So the floor is yours, and all the best. No? Yes, please. Don't mind a good photo again. One more time.
Group photo kan? Foto dia. Anh đọc chút đọc để tay.
Kalau beton ya.
APC라고 생각해요.
Bengal may picture in Mars.
opportunity or opportunity? You must have what's that.
Today, first session will be taken up by Miss Phoebe. Miss Phoebe will take up the first sessions, and the afternoon sessions will be taken up by the Saropia. So we welcome all of you, as the Vice Chancellor said. Miss Phoebe, she completed her MPhil in 2005, post-graduations in 2022, undergraduations from Garvey College, Delhi University in 2023. She has a number of work experience, like I think she already mentioned her work experience, so we will not go into details in that matter. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Ms. Phoebe. The stage is yours.
For the warm welcome and introductions. Today I'm very pleased and excited to speak in front of everyone on the topic of conflict management. When we are conflict management, chúng ta cần sử về đó là cần sử dụng với những cái conflict thì anh em thì làm bằng thế toán chỉ sang tại cái ông em toán anh em reason and why anh em ông change thì thế toán theories trên khát cái mà dòng cần phải cố gắng toán anh tin nghe cần phát triển thiang cái cần handle thiang thì ha với nó cần enhance your verb to a be up. Okay. So first of all, when we talk about a conflict and the state of discord, nghe nhàng in mutia melona mo nghe disagreement te pon yang chu in fu chia lo ang kha ani me ya ni ta hin ka pon ni ya group in ka pon ni ya kha arom ong chin chan chu goals in lo mo kan goals level kha ta kan ong lo chin wang de kan values kan ngai poi mo so ke ta yang in an lo chin wang de le I resources limited box ni kan du si khang ang ka ra ti khan ni conflict ti bo ro tension kha lo ong chin tan ni chu so ni group te han en da yang na man yang ko nghe nhàng chỉ tích tụ vào or tích tụ care of office là còn staff của mình người ta thì là khăn ni sẽ sang này cái gì đó ta cần nghe nhàng cần là做传的出国就蛮当人看啦，跟 personality 然后跟 result 查跟体重平衡了，因为看好他们跟扩嘛你ta两个可能那他就 at some point 嘿 conflict more in 互调了那好我为嘿了其实你就我们上跟扩的那就看您 conflict 卡因为viewpoint 是有你加上的卡我们去啊往看那种东西的，所以certain early theories used to view conflict as something that that has to be get rid of in order to maintain peace and harmony. Masih hua conflict related theories they've been viewing as conflict as something that is not always harmful, something that if it's handled very well and in a constructive manner, something that can bring good outcomes. conflict 아마 저는 제일 positive thing이라고 생각해요. 막세 제일 봉차도 보려는 얘기. 터만이 디간 눈하이 theory 서기하는 아니면 소위 서다. 저는 이 negative aspect 가지고 간 시각감을 conflict 간 handle 잘라와 뭐 간 address 라와 야 알로 레이로 저칸 아보 정시로 칸칸이 티 잘라와 두배 저기는 저 가방한 간 manage 제대로 간 manage 저는 negativity 감 딱딱하러 온 페이지는 아니죠. Reasons. Now let's look at certain common reasons for workplace conflict. That's a very misunderstanding. There are certain people who are not very good in their communication skills. Communication, it's not just like saying hi, bye, saying this and that. It's communication. You actually have to communicate what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Communication skills ne chati ngai ve tu ka communicate tham lo chuan misunderstanding in hu tham lo ni om khwai chi ni chu ba there are certain people who tend to avoid any ka in pull back na ji mo dia khar tu fa ko har tu kan om de khang ka alon om kha khang mi za kan lo ne te khan alon start chi na ni chu chuan china the explanation, first slide explanation of the differing viewpoints, personalities, opinions ang kaju kakachan kan kita. Chuan biases or stereotypes ki mani du sakzo kalong nei mo on bi kalong nei ante enge mani certain group lo view da bi kan nei chinte khang nga chang khan conflict ko hi along swap re china. Chuan excessive competition in el na ho in el le lutuk ang chi ante in el na healthy to om dro in el chu cheve nga a cha a min no ka tu ko ni ma se excessive lutuk at enge nya at ya enge mani ba ma amani khanin a excessive khan ki mani ya khang na mo ti me yang khatyang chan du na te kha ron ko se kha conflict kha aron yang chwa di ya. Chuan perception of unfairness a chen chuan in til fair lo tu ko ka he an lo tu ko me te op lo tu ko no ti a chen ta chuan til poi lo tu ko ha lo mi ve te kha ya fair lo dan tiar dan a zir tu ko ha ni conflict kha lo swap ve ti shin ani chu chuan in conflict hi chi di karan lo swap ka individual level ko conflict hi om ve te thawa goal conflict mo role conflict goal kan ti chuan goal pa hi chalu tu ti ve ve the ma se timing constraints ma nga nge clash ta ante or role ante kon heta supportive friend ni to ma se le nam POV kha va agree tho bok se ang chi te ma ni a han conflict kha um ve the ya chuan interpersonal so it's pretty self-explanatory. That is basically conflict between two individuals, and intra-group would be within a group intra. And it's one group two ma, and then department cut two ma ziti to the example la. So opposite of that would be intergroup, which is between two groups. Kakatu or and check down Kevin. Am I going too fast? Okay, next slide please. Yes. Yeah, conflict. Everything has pros and cons, right? Pros and cons. And yeah, conflict ani ve tho roi khan ra cha hong cha ko ha lo nei ve chin tho ni chu a consequences ang zon han en le ita ilang functional conflict and the acha zona conflict in a hong nei chu high degree of cohesion i enge yang in ne ngai ve ne lo ka chin ka da na ka chuan mo chin dang yan hen di wai cha da ni close the in ve ngai lo te mo i chi chang ngai lo te ka ani mil the ni chu khang ka conflict in a ro chen te a chuan group absorption and decisions yang kita improve ni tu ahma lo ki suatu waktu punya individual level apa conflict kan decision making dan tu siang zel dan tu kita akan improve dia. So emergence of leaders conflict kan ini yang shuai tu ni cina ai kan kita quality leader hotun kon lor fa zel ni tu. So increase productivity a group angkon kan thot na kan thok ma kan so na kan thok saka chuan releases strain enge yang intergroup conflict ang te long ta se ke mani ang thawa kai tang ve kan thim rim ang thawa thim rim ve te mo kan ri ru ma ang lo ong ve ke kan sha ta kan tleng alo ti zia ve a mo ke mani ya strain sa tu tu kha chuan a chalo lam zong han le tai lam mental strain ko na sa ya mi dang le na in ti ba in mi mo re ong zo mi cha pe zo kan emotional ta mi ba ai he a she o ma ni zu in avoid ngai ti te mo yang go rock chalo ong na chan ri ru an it takes a toll. So mental health thing one alo hong ve ya tin resignation ban na ya te pon alo ban na ya te pon hong alo ve ya chuan miscommunication chin ka suen khan tu in pulau mo in mutum le lo confrontation ko om lo ang to pani kha chuan miscommunication na sa taking aron chen the ya chuan competitive struggle in le tu na ang te kha aron chen the ya chuan threat to group survival conflict ana sa chuan group 2 ang ani ke chuan a group kha an survive rate the ya hey enga yang pop group ang te kon an entire lang hey one direction le ka chave nga hey in ti tiang lo te om chuan group kha survive rate the yo ni chu mo chuan chuan group survival ta ko han threat yang ta kha an ni chu please. So yeah, to further explain how and why conflicts are born, the theories Chenkat and Zwila, these are taken from a branch of psychology called social psychology, which basically focuses on group structure, group dynamics, and see how aspect part of that social psychology to realistic conflict theory na to group community, individual angkon ya to group care pa nila wa individual angkon อะไรก็ที่เวกาที่มีปัญหาเองแต่แม่พาร์ตี้ปัญหาที่ปักหัดลิมิเต็ดตุกอันยินจุเขามีตั้งไฟตั้งไหนท่านที่นั่นรำที่พอนี่เทียสนาพอนี่เทียปอยสาที่พอนี่เทียถ้าจะอันลิมิเต็ดบ็อกซ์มีส่งจันเทจันเซนเทแล้วว่าองค์ขันเจนชินนั่นเสียมาอินเดียนั่นสรุปอับางขันอินบุตรอย่างนั้นนะโมคอนฟ lict ข้าอะไรชิงทวักชีนั่นนี่จุตอนนี้social identity theory ที่เอาบอกว่า social identity theory ตอนนี้อันนี้ที่ทุกคนรู้ได้ถึงเรื่องอะไรนะมุ่งทางการทุกคนกันตุยzo ang loตุยเวมออีกันดวงloดูเวแต่นี่จะ natural ก็กัน group ที่ conform ไม่นี่จะให้ based on interest กันตุยzo นั่นแต่ maybe football ละ team อินอังกันเราจังนะที่เขาว่ากับปะกันแชร์มา fever กันนะสักตัวเพราะกันจังนะที่เรา state จะสักแต่ Spain Argentina ที่เขากันเชื่อด้วยกันนะอย่างท่านนี่ให้ natural ก็ว่าอินก็อินมีท่าที่อมได้นี่ส่วน culture อันจงคนบอกกันทำอินอังแต่ตำรวจพาอย่างกันเราชิงจังกันเชียร์นะNorth East อังจงเลยมิโซอังจงคนกัน culture อันจงกัน flock home พาโอ้สมเด็จนั้นnatural กันนี่นั่นมิโซเป็นว่าเองเราอันนี้นะกันว่าผมไอคอน natural ด้วยกันนี่กันน้ำคุยเดียวมิโซเราโอ้สมเด็จplus identity กันว่า identify คุยอันอินอังนั้นองจันกัน natural ด้วยกันกัน form มาเสร็จขัดอย่างนั้นมาหัน us versus them feeling เขาเราชิงกันจุเกนี่อันนี้อย่างค่ะขัดอย่างว่าองเจ้าทางหมดกันชัดดีเกนี่จุอย่างถ้า所以而且在 Spain 我打过อันนี้ trash talk นะซะ status อ่ะเช่นเพจอินเอาอังตักตักเต็มเขาขัดอย่างนั้นa fever ค่ะนะซะอันนี้นะคุณลุนก็ถือตัวนี้ข้างอัง us versus them เอาแต่ข้างอันนั้นสักขั้น conflict ค่ะอารมณ์โจ้ทวักจริงอารมณ์เก่งทวักจริงตานี่จุตอนนี้cognitive cognitive bias ที่ฉันเกี่ยมานี่แล้วมันจะให้การเรียก bias เวชนี่จุอีกันรู้ที่เองมันนิโซเนี่ยเราก็เวชนะ fundamental attribution error กันที่ฉันเองเนี่ยมีประคับกับ example ละเราและชาวพักคนหนึ่งว่าตาขณะตั้งแต่ personality อามาชเราค่ะนี่จุทิ้งเซเวชั่นชิมว่าอย่างที่มีเวชั่นชิมเป็นแต่ a situation เองที่นั่นเองเรากันมา traffic กับว่าเราตัวคนเทียอันนี้คนabout สิ่งเราเขาชิมว่ามา เรา mood off ตัวนี้ท่านเราที่เชื่อคนที่ท่าน situation ข้าพเจ้าคนที่ก่อเราชิ้นนี้จุถ้าอย่างนั้นที่จะ a personality มั่วa character ค่ะกันพอ point out พวกวัดชิ้นนี้จุทางที่ท่านเนี่ยจวน self-serving bias จุที่อาการตัวนั้นเป็นสักสิ่งจวนเกี่ยมันนี่แค่ที่เป็นละอาศัยเราเลยถึงจะมีนักการ blame ชิ้นว่าอันที่นั้นไม่ football match นะแต่ว่ากันจับใจมากอันเสียจับเราจวนคว้าที่ข้าศึกตัวกันจวนมีมองอ่ะ or free คาเฟ่เราตุกเตียงจีเดนมั่วถ้าใครกัน bias เวชิ้นนี่จะเกี่ยมันนี่ที่แต่เราหมู่ด้านเล็กกันมาชนหน้าอย่างจวน confirmation bias ที่เอาเนี่ยที่งานอาศัยแบบจุดที่ชิมดีน่าแต่ politics แต่คนนั้นกันโอนลำพังกัน support ลำพังชิมนี่ที่จวนอันนี้ก็บอกดีเลยมั้งกันเราให้กันเราก้มหน้ามาเสกกันโอนเราแล้วมันอีกส่วนกันเรา ignore อย่างเช่นเรื่องกันเรา ignore กันว่าไปที่จูวักเราอันนี้จูให้ยันเนี่ยให้อันเขายันมีดัง POV จัง conflict กันออนไลน์ทุกคนยังวันชาจะคนมีดัง POV มีดัง perspective ฟันเลยเห็นตัวจังมินได้เวทีนี่จูแห่ง bias เขาที่เกี่ยมันเนี่ยเราอุ่นชินะบางคันส่วนตัวนัก theories ก็สวยเขาค่ะbecause when Tanya they explain why and how conflicts happen, and they show us alam di pakadzu kan thoughts kan bias kan identities kan conflict agwa na min role yan tak a play ni di ka chiang ka khanin kan shakya chon heng pattern ante tuna ka soy ante kan shat chiang chuan again yang constructive term kan lo handle dia nga conflict kan lo ma chon na ko kha min ku thei don ani very true exactly chonกันสวยเลยใช่ตัว psychological mechanisms conflict อะให้conflict กัน online แต่พอเนี่ยนะ strong feelings ให้เช่นที่ตัวที่กูเวชินชิมกามเวชินชิมอาเช่นที่ปวดมาตุกหมดรีพุทมาจีปวดมาจีกันออกเวชินนี้เดี๋ยวนะกัน emotional response อะ strong ตุกแค่นี้อันนี้ปั๊บให้ปวดมาเลยตุกที่ตรงนี้ blow out of proportion เลยเนี่ยทางที่การนี้ conflict ค่ะ dissolve ที่นี่ส่วน perception อ่ะจนที่อย่างเงี้ยกันที่หูดันหมดกันที่หูดันที่พวกพันช่างฉันกันอย่างเราแค่กับ mun minanga mi pani hi kal ta se ante to we thin ang ni alawang pakhat kha chuan a bo ra ngom za re pakhat chuan mihring ong zong te lo sei de ti chu tiang chuan kan ni ang fe ka du po ni hang kan hmu dan te po khan in conflict a ali te kha zo amang mun lo sei a chuan stressful to sa stress lo om to sa khan in ati zual ati kunun te ma twar tu ta ko ha tha ka te kan na sa takin ati zual ka ke a chuan conflict escalation a escalate kan ti chuan ani tu ba ka ni ta bak bal ya sa bak ang ji ka tira in hu thang lo na ko ta opinion ang lawa kan disagree ta chuan confrontation in yan wa na ro ang chawa to pa ti kan ka intense in aron turu ta bak china ron toxic chau chin ani chu sai chuan let's talk about how we can manage conflict. Ini conflict we can manage yang di point nga main big point sih kalau kita tak dua strategy yang zong konsep so ye kedua tuanin kan sebenarnya avoidance ya avoidance itu kumpul kan ini apa dia belau mo passive dua involve kan tu bebak lo asira lo yang lo yang dia kan ini ya di ni masih i group akan ada na chuan group level 1 na chuan lo thei ni group ke lo chin ni chu ka ba kan avoidance so it's more of a temporary fix more real le chung an khan ya array tu chuan in avoid ke ang te kha a chala ni chu chuan yang an chuan assertive te na assertive chung tam ko kia so isa tu a chuan dan ini kan avoidance itu chuan mo buan na te lo ma thiam lo te ma kan avoidance itu chuan ni kan kan care lo lu ang te mo lu pe lo lu tu ang te ba kan lo lan ve ni na chance te kha ma avoidance to appropriate kun ang tu om kita yang so antinan I problem kha hau lam phang deuh mo I time and effort nei ko a hau lam phang deuh I energy pe nga na hau deuh ani te or I lok na tu ra om chuan lo chang te or hostile I por to lu tu ang te khang ang na han avoidance kha man kha avoid lo chin a rem chang chin ani chu next slide collaboration om le a conflict kan ma chon ke dan pakhat chu e conflict kha in how boy in boy no ko ni chuang lo wa I ri ru wa mo I clash do ti fel le lo de ma se lo chuak lo te ko te tiang a te khan kan lo ma chon le ke dan pakhat chu collaboration kan thok ho the ni chu thok ho na chan hang khan I kan collaborate the a win-win solution solution ang le na kan khan ma se e chu hun te a du re a man ho chi la chuan collaborate kan hun te kha a du ve the a ba ka I party ni kha in rin to na te in za to na te communication na on lo chuan in collaborate chia chade wa in lo kha har ve chin ani chu chuan a appropriate hun chu trust both parties are in rin to mo ani che chia nga I in rin to te in rin to ten le nakin zela future nei ko long term te nei ko ho ho na chan ni angai ten collaboration kha pe mo a chuan responsibility collab chuan 50-50 ani effort te kha kan la yang an responsibility kha kan in ne na kan in jo ma kan in ne jo ma yang an collaboration kha alo chang kai chi na ni chuan conflict ma chan le thei da manage thei da kha chu compromise kan chuan finding a middle ground no somewhere in between na in to kan kha ni me ta ta hi chuan in tu ko kha ran duang kha unsatisfied ani chu ma se hi chu time unlimited in kun kan nga lo ti chung chung mai sia han compromise thei ani chu and complex issue he na all I long do ma se kun jen wa na ti chung mai ang chia te han compromise chung te khang lai chang om china or experience solutions a best solution chu ni lang ma se tun shi atana practical zera kan ngai mo kha kan nei tu chang ten compromise kha cha or engenya kan in share jan lo kan in shi chang tu lo trust lo ma se tho ho ngai si a han compromise kha alang chang kai chi ani chu chuan competition hi chu kami ama kan soi ho a fail to a succeed bak to lo khan competition kha ron china engena party pakhat chu kan an tua khan push ngar angani chu hi chu assertiveness a sang ma cooperation kha on bak lo wa I method lang over to lo khan competition kha on china chuan ma se engena when tham lo you changa you have to stand up for your own rights le pressure de han resist ang chang khan competition han oma han din chan ve kha ngai chang kha lo on china ni chu chuan to per chuan accommodation a chuan kan cooperate mi dang kha kan kian ang ni ber chu mo na choi chuan nan ni tro se ma mo zo ko lom mo issue kha mi dang a khan itan lo poi mo ko le no man sang zo ko se kan chuan poi mo chang lo ti me ro se kan ti ang chiang te or kan lo ti go ti go lo ma pu zo ka man ti ro se kan ti ang te ani lo kon before kan pek pe fak lo chang te khan ni kan lo accommodate te a heng panga hi a main points ang ta se chuan the last slide atan chuan heng ang important strategies here. So you watch into skills ang anya nei chok ve nga tui tin fe to nu kwa nei ke enge len lo nei lo te bon ve te ya so it's wanga conflict ka chang kai ve to pa mediation third party mo lo so pui tu itian che ma tu de ten ni pe chuan yang te kan han so if the pui tu nei te kan alo zia on te ya chuan problem solving approach ibwai en hin ho ren ai chuan kan ni eng tin nge solution kan hu te yang ike kan tho dun te yang di a kat yang ma han chan ho te chuan good communication chuan chin a han ka soi to a apoi mo khop me a hi relationship a pon ni in communicate chat lo chuan in a in po thei lo ni chu group a pon ni lu tuk thawa in tho ho na ma po work a po feelings that thoughts ideas dan ka feeling tu ni ya kan ni soi kan yang so ma da kan feeling da kan communicate kan le lang tam po kan alo chiang china ka ze kan to po kan alo zia om china ni chu chuan active listening kan ti kha chuan ingen yang mi dang POV lo ngai thak saka lo rephrase sa okay isoi nang chuan tu anya tu ibwai na ya yang chuan lo oma han reflect he ang kha mo active listening ang kha kha achang kai em boka chuan assertiveness si poi mo khop me a kan singa hian ka assertive ki chu ka assertive fuck lo ti kan ome ala ko ka okay ka assertive ve to ti kan ome kan singa assertiveness kan ti chuan ka lo explain no he ka soi tham da person simple kan being able to say no mo assertive lo na chuan ne nga so ka ti chuan ne yang ti ang chiao shong da ti da kan she te tung kon yes kan da ti le sham ma ang chi ang kha ti chu ka assertive fuck lo ti kan ome kan singa or assertive ve to ti kan ome then in between ta man nim ha okay assertiveness da hi hey ne lo ve thei lu kan ya enge nyang ha chula patient te apo enge nyang te ma no pam to lo de ko assertive lo de mo he fel le lu to ti do ni kan chi ha a on ve ya skill ne develop thei lu to kan ya assertiveness lo ne the na chu I messages feeling ha iba communicate na du chu yang chuan ka fila ya chuan ko om sia ka lo le mo entina chuan fila mani kha ta chuan nin tia ama khan nin tia kan ti chuan ni kha kan ka blame ami na lang do na ya khan chi ka ani lo zong khan lo ka ve ni chu ma chuan kan assertive don chuan I so han ke ma I feel this I ti kha chuan tu ma khan ron thin rim na tu le thil kal pen na tu kha om lo ni chu kha ba khanin I messages man kha cha mo conflict he boy na am thil tense ko de lu bo ro te a om to khan ka kan assertive chuan thiam na min kan lo handle he do na plus ingen ya no ti she da kan lo om ta ki assertive kan cha de chu you will first validate the feeling of the other person mi dang ina feel kha you was thinking ko ta ka she thiam tu ning du saka mo lo ko tu ning du a ma se ya cha de min feeling kha diva express ve tu ma mo ta khan kha tiang ni kha chuan he tam khan min she thiam ma se okay a om ve tho ni ni ti na khan thiam de min enge bo ra eng mo na min kan ni le ko me don ta khan kha assertiveness skill or exercise pakhat ana ni chu chuan non-verbal communication hi poi mo ko me hi verbal kan ti chuan kan chong ka ni ta kan chong pia ka mai kan tak sa kan me kan thi lo communicate na sal tu kan ni chu mo en kai na he cha pe cha in the room tiang chi te he side eye lo in te an chi an te mo facial expression te thi bo ra kun lun to kha tiang lo te or he tia ku kwang wa le an hoi chat an te khan chi tam ta attitude khan mo thi kha communicate te kan ni chu chuan kan voice tone he okisan ma lu tu an chi te por ma lu tu mi pa ani bi por da ron chong to chuan le lang khan sa ha khat me chu khan an te non verbal communication kha khan kha share ve tu kha ve da conflict lo manage na la ma khan chuan emotional intelligence he poi mo khop me a tu la ya ka chan sen chuan Gen Z ho hi chuan emotional intelligence an nei cha ko lu tu ga an tia emotional intelligence kan ti chuan simple de wa ka sei tham dan chuan ke ma ni kan emotions kan ni share chian na kan ni regulate thiam pia la ma mi dang emotions mo an mer chang te an hoiner te me an lang body language chang te a an feeling or an real rom tu ba share tham te nya he chen ka ti chu mi an ho to ti ko she la wa fiang nga hei la nui va mo an ne he ja ni om ni chu di an ngam to wang te ko nya nga ma se to su ti kwa hau lu tu ya hei la fiang kha mi shu kha na lo insecure lu tu te ko lo ni thei ti kha don pa to lo ni an lo om ve the ni chu mo a in ngam lu cha ni thua ma se nya yang hi enge nya hei te ko skill mo nei thei develop ve thei an ya tiang kan nei lo cha ni enge nya group setting a ko chang kan ngai to om ni chu mi fiang du chi sarcastic ka kan lo ni thei cha se ke ti ro kan fiang to lo lu tu tu ti na ko ni chang lo ta chu emotional intelligence chu mi an mel chang lu oi to lo ni ka soi fu lo ni ka sha ka soi to lo me ang khat ya na cha sha an te mo phang te emotional intelligence ne te poi mo ko me group setting a ti chuan self awareness and self regulation mani in sha chan hi poi mo ko me hi po hi mi dang ne om ho na ti chuan mo le enge yang ti chu tiang chi hi kan ya I ka ti tin dem cha ko chong ka ma sia ti su shi angai ya ka ti chuan ke du ai kan do ai ka sha tiang chi te awareness ne hi poi mo ko me ne nya la wa om ve to in reflect po tum lo shi om ve thei ko tu ni chu ha ang zong thai ti ma ni chop po lo in reflect la self awareness kan ne enge para my triggers mo I trigger tu che enge hemi chung cha an su I sensitive na deu chu chan input a hong ta chi te po lo om thea so in regulate kha te mo I lo chung rim wak ta I va instant react ma la wa va instant ma coming back to itself I don't know the tiang chi te ka ta in regulate dan te khamizing of group setting a phi na poi mo lo tu ni chu conflict kan ma chon da le kan handle na ko han chuan last but not the least empathy hi Ipo hi poi mo ka ang ni chu to da lo ni chu empathy ka soi chang da na chuan mi dang shu sa va in da ke na mo enge feel ti amma din huna va in da a feeling a thoughts a thil tal chang tu va in lo chiam na kha anya I tiang ko hi nei the me la wi om ve the ya tun lai ni hoi chang an nei to lu tu kim ka sha nan nei ma zo ke ta ja nan kan being empathic ko hi poi mo ko me mi dang how feel na tu thil se fan ama ri ru lo ti na ni a hong the ne mo I khang ang ngai to na chang share ang te kha empathy ni chang kai ti em ma chu ve na ka soi khai khop na chuan conflict chu enge kan cha tiang a khani I ami ma tin kan poi mo in ka sha a chuan tu na he ka soi ni ke ma kon a poi mo ka ti ho wan ya ko ba ha ter da soi da tu man he ho hi ke ma ni pon ve na kan soi kan sha ka lo aware to ta in sha sa tu pon ya ma obviously tam zo tu ma se lo sha thar le ila lo in reflect nan te lo mang ila lo mang chang kai la na kin ze la ko ka tiang ni ka chuan group ang le individual ang ko conflict kan na chon dan te kha nge mu ma de om se nei da win a lo thei do na ra cha tak chwa thei ang zo te ko han conflict ka kan lo mang chang kai de thei do na ni and that is all for my presentation today. Thank you very much. And next slide please. Oh, here you go references and yeah, John, can you please go to the next slide? Yeah, mamo kan ta ki hei ka card. I Alpha Hospital hian Monday, Wednesday, Friday sa tua dai la ma. I nge mamo nang ma ni or in students day or chung day chat day apo mamo kan chuan I nge professional help mo mental issue ne ya kan sang net shom no kan sang net kan chuan professional help mo chuan ni lo chuan nge yang depression the anxiety kan ti ang ti de substance abuse ang pang ko ni ka pi na man ya khang ho kha ka focus a chuan no pang lam ka en ko ka he learning difficulties ne ang ho ang de mo assessment ni IQ assessment ni ai de parents psycho education ni ka khang ho kha ka handle ni ko ka ho kha ni thank you very much
point pani karon ni do na pakhat na chu tun ma de ko kan ri ngai ki lo period mood swing kan tiang ki ma ni area de tho tu ni ka ri envai ge tun la en het tiang te sep phi kan ri chau ta ti kha ni nu ho pong tam ta kan no ba en po ni sen na ma ni pio vi atang kan ka cha ka tun la het tiang ge be kan ri ngai lo ni ka ta ka kan che ro chu ve ti la kan so kan ri ngai lo ri ta ni chuan a tot le chuan em lo hi kan dei thi ta ni kan nau te hi cùng ngày rằng quay gần này chứ mà thì buổi thang tức anh family background này là lâu thế thật tôi serious đó vậy serious đó ấy cái này chúng mình dùng subject cái người ta cái topic khi sao thầy xưa tụi ai hết cái lâu soi tụi đi lâu tâm thiện xia em bị tê kinh nan tụi ai hết cái soi tụi ai chứ mình dùng in na hết tập people đó cái lâu soi thì đã chung có in đấy rồi đó chúng ta mà xem cái tia cái nào cáiนั้นก็คาดกัน problem ตักกันนั้นไม่ทักเลยนัวกัน class ที่อัน problem ก็กันแค่ต่อเสียกันสวยดูตั้งตักที่อัปเดตตานี่ปากตาจวนกันตนปากตาจวนอันนู้นปันไล่คอยเทียบตกที่ข้าลงเบียข้างกี่ที่อันตาจนเห็นดีก็สวยเทียมลงเองที่นี่กันยังกัน subject กันใจจันเลยกันจันลำประมาณนี้อันนี้ตรงลงตัวนี้จนนี้กิบิที่กันง่ายเดียวหงคงถึงตาที่ก็สวยตัวมันจะขัดยังอังคัดเสียงรังแต่เป็นอย่างที่นี่ข้างกันโตเห็นดีหลังที่เรื่องไรกัน
一岁我们讲做是讲讲转，两看因自来啊，他看讲 topic and problem relate and topic 看 explain 那个所以我们讲，他 students 看เรา approach 去做目标。OK， 对啊，他说呢，因为我们这个是讲这个国 teacher 的，头个呢，里面 psychology 个 teacher example，但係很慢嚟講嘅，我們全家有睇到面。對啊，他說因為呢 at the end of the day teacher 呢，一 teach 好啊呀，unless 佢一 deliver 佢那些啊，對啊，他說幾萬個 teaching 做，係因為呢，伊老外是聽好啦，佢講因為ว่าเองเราบีบกันในว่าที่ in general แล้วเป็นข้าวกระสุนโลกเช่นนี้มาจวนมาเสียเดียร์เราเชื่อโลกตัวอันนี้จวน maybe อีกคนเวทีนั้นที่น่ะอย่างtopic ที่กันก็คือโลนะจุดสุดก็ explain หุ่นโอ้กระสุนขันเราง่ายจะถามว่าโอ้อย่างที่จุดเราอุ่นโลนะมันกันจับกันได้กันนักคุยโลนะเขามีกระสุนขันน้ำมาคนเราอย่างเจนเราเนี่ยโอ้อันจงขันชิคกี้พายจนเฮ้ confidentiality อีเมลได้จะได้อีเรื่อง I trust เห็นนั่นตัวเจนทั้งหมดแต่เขาอุ่นเต็มนั่งขันอาจารย์ตัวตาหน้าที่ sensitive ตัวนี้จะ trigger เบทให้นี่จุมาขันที่สิ่งนั้นก็ขัน sorry เราอุ่นเบทให้นี่จุso ที่ที่นั่นจุพักขนาดจะอีเช็ดโลกเราอ่ะแต่ที่ไหนเราอุ่นเขียนไงจวนที่ขันทุกมาเช็ดเจียงเราจะว่า in background เนี่ยมันจะสวยงาม in 自然เนี่ยจะลงง่ายที่จะบุรันทีค่ะอีกคนเวพัดเขียน or ที่น่าอันนั้นแต่ที่น่าก็อินลักคุยโลกดูเตะอินลักคุยเราอินลักจักรเรื่องสิ่งดูเตะจนที่อีเช็ดเขาอะไร of course สิ่งที่สิ่งที่เราแต่ที่ขันอันลักที่จะจะว่าคำพูดนั้นที่ขันอีเนี่ยอย่างเราว่าสิ่งที่เราเขาทำนั่งมาเขาเรื่องเจนเรื่องสวยอะไรมุกสีอ่ะอินสิไรนี่สีอ่ะอย่างตรงอ่ะอีกคนเวทอย่างขจวนอันนั้นเราเทกันเองจนอีก็ answer I'm sorry อี question อ๋อแต่อ่ะไม่สะดวกนะขจวนอีเนี่ยอย่างจุฬาเป็นเชื่อสายอีกทีค่ะ我们做我们很多disorder 专跟 Bible 的ที่โดนเนี่ย classification of disorders 很多ที่ premenstrual dysphoria 哦 disorder 跟點知啲我們呢就冇同佢係 maybe 阿個人啊กัน出咗咁多 disorders 個你睇啊 classification 啊真係佢諗唔會咁乜啊真係我唔得講你就我們就係做佢哋 period 嘛啊係佢哋話那啥話咪就係個 hormone 啊佢哋呢อย่างเงี้ยเขามีบางเหตุ depression แต่ anxiety เขามี face อารมณ์ high ทว่าเขาอันนี้ไม่ได้เขาอ๋อสายแทนอ๋อช่างแข็งพวกกัน
Regarding the first question, actually, we see that period that's the beauty of HCI and the unmuted say we hey emotionally regulate na yung ilaที่มวยด้วยมันส่วนตัวหรือว่าเอาเสียสู้when it's come to resolve family dynamics when we talk about regulating our emotions because การขาดตัวเองการอินสิที่เราจู่หาสัตว์ส่วนเราไป express เราไปขัดแย้งขัดมา and คุณสมที่กระทำให้ตาอีน่าโมเนี่ยภาษาในส่วนอีเชื่อกันนะโมเนี่ยไม่กี่องค์กันนะเนี่ยอินทรัพย์เนี่ยภาษาเนี่ยไม่จานเนี่ยเอาตัว but to generation we are more expressive, we are more open to learn, we are more open to absorb technology ke ko an ti the ka khatia ni a kan kan aware to a ini kan mood swing te kan mood fu lo te kha I pek chwa kan che to lo ni a ma ha a om le to a mizo literature I thu te kan den so chi zo ga a ha bu ka ya kan sui do zo ni kan du la ben tra ka sa te kan mizo le te a ko kha ni khatia am sentiment emotions a ha pe chwa kan on se e de ni ma se digital world ka kan to a cover kan to a khani to na chani mana for example for no number or for all chuni I pu chang ye ye ti kha ani to wa let's take example okay for no number pon engineer mo chuan chu ko in ye a tru zo na ma ni I tan ko ani ma ya che che le ma an kan thei to lo chu tiang che chuan I mood swing te apiria ka biak shi om tu te ter up kan ti ante ka that's the beauty of womanhood let's say oh kan normalize kya ma ya mu ka an ho e anilo and second question when we talk about counseling the students and the faculty Patsua college ni ko sa ka ni faculty development and so an boy and college ko then came up ZLC Department, they started student mentor clinic, right? And set up a faculty train card student come home pay to in board side and do but it's not possible. To the side as well, faculty it's one easier like a counseling people. There's a lot of emotional atmosphere. There's going to a lot of emotional involvement. I go through the trauma and the also the no suicide financial difficulties and the Kadaka to imagine but in classroom I will do the dollar number the can boundary is a table notes. That means AEP here to the study as I explain mental health advocacy here on my put afternoon like a present to an institution here visiting consultant in terms of counselor or psychologist in here and also from the faculty side actively it pasal it marriage life about them or it colleagues share the wellness and well-being of the to the Salina Suyakan, class 11, Mase Ahmadi Agaga Kadir students problem Kayona Chabosia. In our issue, God on the Maka, to that students, faculty, teacher, dynamics of Aparidona. If our university organic, I think we can set up a new, a kind of wellness center for students. And you know, professionals in our visit so engage basic counseling skills and is in college there institution even emergency situation no one deal but a deep root a core you are not eligible, you are not trained in that profession and take away in to because if I to oh professional taka nang mana poro dan think dan easier so nang ma de te help ko ka tu ha de ya ka khoi te lo chi na so ni fe la pe mai ka after oh so I to na azo the first question is apply common to postpartum depression and the postpartum blues. Because many of the Mizo, especially guys, we are not aware about what exactly is the meaning of postpartum depression. And you know, the recent case, so one is let's see about some Lia Fa Ania Anodeka Ahua Taza Dipumata attachment Ania. So might be coming specialist can ama hen diklo na ani ya or some psychotic episodes no hormone imbalance and some to ka no pang ha ma ngai no te kha tu ni lo but postpartum blues kha lo te the that suffer bol tu ania oh apa salpo I feel that means depression kan ti the anxiety kan ti hi ka ta ni the ya I ta ni the ya I apia tra chat e ma te Bible boy so lo sia so ama te khan depression ina akal tam thei lo kha in ni lawa kan ni lawa I call ni lawa machine ni lawa thi na te khan akal tam ve te che kha ma khan ni ta tu ra mo kan ti kha ke po professional kan ni area kan dia ka ta po lo ki ve le ma khala ya khan afternoon session na kan so do na stress management su na he environment anxiety lo na le kha par na he result in to sa is it because of our spiritual life the epocha kan religiosity and spirituality akan kalsan to or near close knit society akan jeng san to hey kan so do ni to be so oh ni sila postpartum depression di kan so hey ako mo ni to le mase ka so chin to ni kan soft do kan ti chin ta a ti students se ko ni no cha in that they don't get very problem with ka chuan siam chu te ko kha but we are living in a generation where kan lu le pa ti khan ano tua tlang he bu tu ka ano pal tlang he bu tu ka kini generation an fa te na an go through the ni phal lo na ba ya ni kan khat na sa it start from the family kan no ni lo kan soft ni lo kan lu le pa te struggle and then kan na so chin so Ziti residential science college kan lu lai ko fe pa ni kan ya sleeper ko kha then ni na kan oma wo so te kan khoda kan but PhD ka so ken kan vai ma kan ta ila len ku ye jama an go so ta ka sia taxi la ta ko ka sia but flight ticket la ta ko ka sia le alo ma se ni che khal se ni ka so yo de so ti ya le nu le pa te kan an go through hardship hakan ton de an lau tu na ma mean spoil the bechi 100% in the win so what one parenting it start from the family it's like ka area in child adolescent and family therapy it start from the family yeah family ka mai point mo tu ba depression tu la feeling conflict management so ite stress anxiety drug addiction the ko a cycle of written zara can be a cycle a relapse like that cycle chain and break to join through what I because a failure dissolve the year we need to learn how to communicate number 4 ethic and how to what to fail and be to depression anxiety there like if you look at your locality or your in building the kind of to what can so much and do I am I right? In calling me to the cotton in rule to a heavy copian homeless center and not a relapse cycle you can break through the behind all the question. It's students there like I have more than 3, 4, 5 cases no therapy can not even real students sitting in practice like relapse to zama po kan zir amai sanu tu asan so after it is okay we have to learn how to communicate mithar lu to na anxiety me kha etina apatsia da lo ati pe lo wa lo kan ni chong kam te khan trigger le ya ka khan cycle na ya lu to ni so oh kan zong so ma kha zir tu na to institution a chong po here ti kha ke bo na so lu okay, thank you. Then we can break. Go on with the any questions and clarifications? Students' problems. Yes, sir. Yes.
Student thì sang phần này đó là thì chuyên trọng tiến độ đấy nhưng mà này tiền khẩu đó là ta khăn hành xuốngตัวเนี่ยอันมานี่เห็นมานี่ท่านกินตัวมันเป็นเจียงผ่านอะไรนี่ชูเอ็นกิส section content don ta in and can suggestion in the section.
In terms of a structured way, I'm machine. See, sir, frankly speaking, this ICFAI University, you can't be choosy in terms of students, right? Am I right? In a charter institution, I will call home, but that's the aim of education. A child, a child, machine, rank holder gold medalist institution seats so like especially if you compare with Mizoram University or Consumer University College, I think you did a great job. Machine choice in society Mizoram University section ways and categorized in terms of actually a diverse the then actually faculties of even reach out and family in attendance at students English or by heart system as a faculty and mental health and mental capacity boost faculty any program initiate for example, IQ heavy level and it's one heavy psychology stress because they come from different backgrounds. So actually somebody is students and mental well-being boosts anyone program once in a week, so teacher first of all, faculty the basic counseling skills program 1 day or 2 days ago, then you will get some idea. Because you come from Mizoram literature, in English, political science, or EBA, or computer, or so on and so forth. I am going to be able to refresh your course and maintain to be divided here into more. And the other role yes.
Yes, yes. Akan na tuan apa kami anxiety tu jangan soya kan jadi topik tu mari je amu dat online kan so mai tak ya kima an in soya kan tu kan sabdi kan dia kan ta thopi de kan tapi kan department na bit lau khop maya kima hi motor tu hui la rai so ko ni chu ka khaliat ka thin ni che mai kalang fremi la ni chu mo chúng khăn với chúng ta sẽ trai vào pa cái tiga cả hai phép mà khăn làm giống tập cả lâu như gần cuối lâu lâu rồi thì các thiên các chia để cho thì cái chúng mà cái nó như là tàn tiền đàn thế mình pass tu mấy lâu mấy ăn chia cái khám các to khá bị chia các này và xem các nu thì chậm cái này mang dấu chia cái đầu tiên thì ai rồi có bị chung các tán lệ khác cái mà các cái mà lệ cái mà các có lâu dài lắm tại vì thì các cái sẽ chuộc trong các việc nghĩa là các thân sai thì các cái này về đêm nghề một chút thì các ngày tuần nào mà khá bị chế các cái này phải là thịnh chiết các thì cây quần thô thấy tuần thì chúng nó cho là đáng lẽ cái đăng ma point of view cái giọt chặt của chúng thì chúng tên lăng ba các tiệc phật dứt thành tù là qua các tiệc phật ăn này của đàn sẽ khai sổ ta flight ticket để lên quỷ cái mà bị cả các ngày của tú MSD ta so pa de so pa ya treasury akan thank you ta dan hotel chuan ma de wa ta chuan ka pa yin hei ticket manania thingpui man hotel man taxi fare treasury ai chut thang na chu class 9 ka zin lo na ni ma taxi driver taxi lo om ve kang hatia pa min suai ve na ko khat kal na tu te nia hatia a ui tin na zin na se na tia khatiang a min lo sual kha ka ni ta ni khata tang khat ke ba yan zin ve la het problem ka ka ni kal lam le ho na ma khan ma sen ka nau kan te be ra lo chu chung te na po pe lo rei lo te he ta ro no pon ke ni chu me che tho ang zong zong ka in su chuat lo rong bol zong zong ka ka ti ve ka ni e lai le ka zur chung khan ka nau ka na pe bia lo rei lo te ro no po han a ho chou zum zum tu ta chuan a ka ngai tu na ro ko ma chu khat tiang a ka kan min sual kha kan lo ni ta sang ni pak was paru pasari sang ni panga chobor bela ka ngai tu le ta ai so la school no pang ho kha ke hen kan kal na sa ni ke hen kan kal chua be the ve ga on thi na khu mi bu kan ti me treasury le be the ve in ka ra kon ma ni de lok khan ke hin ka chu thamai mai china office ban hun ke ma di ban hun pa ngai tu ma kan kal chu na kal kha kan lo wong to mong lo ni bi kha kan so ta kal re kha kan lo wong to da wa ke ma chuan e lo bang te kan wat lu ke ti kha ka su ma chen ni chi dei rom so ya kham nu le pa ten kha ke har sat na zong zong at to kha an phal ve lo ba in ti lai kha ka ro ngai tu ngai mi la ba ni ta tu ta chuan nang ma bi ka ka ron zo tu te chu khat yang har sat takka lekha sir chuak ke ma di a po kan lam ve la ya nang ma di kha tia chu te na en kim provide chu ka la khan engi society ta lian pui mo chou nei ria a chan tu ne na ni na ta ga chu mi so mi pa hian chan chua kan ngai to ni mi so mai chia dei hum ma kan ngai kan ti reng a hi mi zo mi pa hi hum han kan ngai lu tu na nei so khu ken zu kan la e dar so pa ni ri pep to wa ai so khu pui mai lo dur ka ga re ngot po hen in ti na va lu ti la ka thalai pui games lo khen mai mai hi khot de ru kham ni kan khom chua thai ko ring ani chu eng lai hi nge fu do dang ma ni khalai kan ni ne ko na kan society Mizo nam kal chok zel na tura ta nian I thir na kha ka cha.
That's very valid point. That's the core of our current problems. Allah's khatang hasang of Mizo base here he kum so pa hi la in check ula base ho zo kum so pa hi so pa thu in chuan you are trained to be tough. Why? Mi nai dong don mi nu pui la ni don. What about boys? Iunzu ni pa niya lo pigsagro. Ang iunzu ni pa niya lo vakaro se chu ko tungzo ka tutsu. Because may siya so nakina mi ka ano ni dona mo puna ala don. What about guys like you mentioned? Kung so niya pwede ka tutsu mo ang pwede so na. Enge kantila. Lule pa ten kantilan mo. Ang iunzu ibe lo at sang dona motor te ni dona pulo pwede chanjo ni rose. Fine. Right now, and there's a lot of gender roles. Gender roles are kind of biased to result to racist phenomenon. If you look at the Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, to near result because people are not cutting. Then if you look at Mizoram CID report, the recent one, for the past 3-4 years back, Mizo ni pa za som nga le di ma li di tu o ku do lai be chia chu som thu ta thu an ki lo. Why? Discuss tham chu chu e na ni chu in o ku so we take it about the ti ni lo li yang ta khan because Mizo family ya kan zi bi na chu Mizo bị bao chú har sat na asoi tu ra đi đâu Mizo bị bao chú cần chọc tu ra đi đâu har sat na soi su aswa tu ra đi đâu các cái zirti đã nó chỉ là những cái family à but what about girls với ngã ít một tí khá xe là tu ngã cho đấu tối lẽ là cha lẽ khi có mà cha lẽ asui mo cha lẽ isamas stress là bên tu ha anh nói đi cho cái chia cho but Mizo bị bao nhiêu infia nó là zir na cần cần anh nghĩ cho zu lẽ là tuổi anh tốt option anh này là because family mình vui nó sẽ xia em cái này một trong những cái sự khác Mizo bị bao nhiêu lại cần có cần suy nghĩ mình zir đi là cho anh mai a verbal soi lo ma se in le lo chang tu nu le pa in ko tu an te to lo kha chu ma la ha thang ya ni to ko ba lo ko der pa chu chu ve na o ma ai ta an nu le pa chu an te ki ba ya it depends on the family setup khalai chu ko problem tam lu tu awani mi pa ko ko mai na chu bi lo an bu ya balance ma ya an nu le pa tha tham the ya ba Kolon di kana mboka dige cuma je ve danga te ya e mai the so kolon di khata om la building khata om la ti kha ve te mi ka soi shi pa sa and a first question anxiety le depression chin sa e ti kha kan
ya bia re ka lo
le re hey you mo miss bi so la kha kan over aware of the ka si kan bi ba jo psychiatrist le clinical psychologist on zu mi kan lu le ka de na jo mi a ro tu ra na ni zu but tu generation a chuan chang ka ma te nai ko therapy ka le ni se mi to chuan train an hian ka lu a therapist ku te an se ko lo ni chu anxiety ki depression kan ki te ka soi tu chu zero si lo professional ni si lo Iti larna le public attention na an outswap ni sa lupa facts and figure katelo YouTube kaltante Instagram kaltante ini ya kaponazo ng sundo information and facts and figure katelo lawan itu suka mai toy mo ya ammo iti na kung na ano sa politika in students na po at ni kaning to ba ha de ang lupa so anxiety, palpitation, depending what and recent case ang community based no pang inaarap to anxiety kaniyati. Anxiety ang nila because ni dinatitiyan ay ka aanste a cousins nila until soy ka amaalaw na luto. Kakan chungkamte kan sisiyan ka no pangalaw influence na sa pagod ka. So once depression, when we talk about depression, ni inaanli kakalisan mo ang ngol maka. Asli to lo. Anxiety ta kan le chuan mo asli pe to lo ba. Ang ngoi ma atuan ma professional help ada la. Ni jing alasoi pe ya akazen se ala share pe so it's not clinical anxiety, it's not clinical depression at all. Ang mo hindi na ko ya la ko sa to ito ba. Iman tiya ka soi so kasoi ka khu mo i wak thiam lo so anh bị ăn khăn rồi đấy mình cần đạo mấy gì là ăn một ít tiền không thể là cái nó sắp tổ đi tụi em nắm lại những students để là nó sao cho thì buổi nay lấy hết các ban nó dạy thế hey anh ban các check là tụi này đâu còn như là khối luôn mà bộ của ban rồi không đi liền đi tụi jacket liền đi tụi ăn hàng sandal liền đi tụi tiền cũng nằm nghe là cái anh đi dạy nó khác hay cả tụi chị đi so hey imitation kan dia annom na po an siya suwang lo kasi an siya nila annom TV avama vati ka o chimbo ka kaya nga educator teacher faculty professor kan ito zira no kampo iko le hawu pa rin kaya ka Zora Medical College and Hospital ako ito zawar zira po problem di ano chuan nang niya ako hindi hawu pa rin mo kaya nga problematic so depression, the anxiety, the body, and I just want to add one more thing. To another zone and teaching until kita or school around why you did there. But ที่นี่ก็จงรู้ไว้นั่นสิละคอยได้อะหมอพุ่งโซ่ละบาดจีบค่ะสายการที่ว่าบาดลงดา just เดี๋ยวเดอีจิวนะยันอันมาดีดังแต่สิเดนะคะ within 2-3 minutes อะที่มุดหินเฮีย so I was ก็confused ซึ่งก็ช่วงร้อนวัยรุ่นกันกี่ต้องตัดที่เฮ็ดอย่างนั้นมีทั้งเสร็จแต่ที่เราว่าเรียกผมเอาเสร็จก็ช่วงร้อนวัยรุ่นอะไรกันที่ต้องตัดที่บอกอันนี้ because ดังโดยเฮ็ดที่เดียมีที่ช่วยตัดที่มุดเฮียอันนี้ก็ตัวละจิ้งที่ละอาราละอันเลเซียละอาวที่เรายืดเสียbut มีที่ขัดช่วงอาศัยเดียดังโดย就是我出了外路，那个even啦，那个所以说就地位跟地咁特別冇跟應付啊。我哋就 facts and figures 入邊地咧，出所呀，跟環境所以吧。then 細嘅啦嘛，就買啲小店嘅屋先人同呢度嘅就做咩做咩呀 ？ADHD 跟你 personality disorder 跟你 narcissistic personality 跟你 assessment 跟你都一年流嘅sa跟你都當然跟我哋啲嘅，都當然跟阿老嘅時候，當然咧嘅sa跟你流或者 traits 嘅人咧啲上嘅。哦，誒，特別係啲 narcissistic traits อันนี้係因為呢度阿媽呢，阿媽呢個呢啲呢度啲啊，我哋嘅，我哋就咁老是開嘅個 mental disorder 咧 mental health issues 啊，but professional help kan pandai tu toksia katakan mani ipin dela salah satu tip yang kami jual mani ipin dela Korea akan launch di zona super it's come to mental health anxiety kan ni depression kan ni ini tak aneh tak semua which is silent mesti sudah itu and go through but hey anxiety sakit aku nak feel pun present stage di mana anxiety ingin muncul aneh, but that's a control kalau tu orang semua seperti sedona, seperti session ada jual, semua grup panikan cendona, grup panikan cendona leader kan tu cendona, tapi punzong le, tapi punzong apa kan cendaya, ini grup panikan, kerja engagement kan tu cendona, participation 看到很多啦 ，stress management 跟很多啦，碰感也算 physical 换活就是啊 muscle relaxation 看到很多啊，我嘛以下等等的哈 ，but faculty 真係你都要學下啲做啊，做下嘢嘢做 session 啲其他人哋做學生做嘛，做啊，睇真正做做緊 lead 咁樣。哦，alright。Yes, and it's a lunch, so quick lunch time they are doing it. And they are not doing it.
lunch